Modi won 2014 on an anti-incumbency vote, anger against the ruling Congress government of the time. I think he won 2019 as a pro-incumbency vote. Then he inspired hope. Now there was an element of trust. I think what worked for the government is Mr. Modi's remarkable communication skills. The ability to constantly communicate and engage, almost giving a face to a project that this government had. So I think that worked for Modi. The identification of all these beneficiary schemes with the persona of the Prime Minister gave a sense that this was a government in perpetual motion, always doing something. I think second, Balakot, in the context of the 2019 elections, had an enormous impact because it gave Mr. Modi crucially momentum, foregrounded the issue of leadership, gave the impression of a risk-taking, decisive leader. Number three, I think Modi was able to successfully transition from being seen as a suit-boot ki sarkar to a garibo ka neta. In a strange way, Notbandi also played a role in that. Number four is the fact that he had Amit Shah in this BJP machine with him. And I think the BJP just ran a much more organized campaign than the opposition did. And that makes a huge difference. And number five, I just think linked to that is just the state of the opposition in this country. So when it becomes Modi versus who, it becomes a bit of a no contest. I mean, large parts of UP and Bihar, people had not even heard of Nyay. Nyay, I think, reflected the failures of the Congress at an organizational level, at a communication level. And as I said, Balakot happened. You know, I meet these people in Mumbai who are cribbing about the economy, about the steps taken. So I asked them, who did you vote for? Modi. So, you know, there seems to be a disconnect between your sense of where the economy is and your political preferences. I think there is, and this has been one of the successes of Mr. Modi. He's been able to convince a number of people that I am a long-term bank deposit. Even if you are having temporary troubles, those troubles are only temporary. In the long run, all will be well. There will be a slow tripping up. We're seeing signs of it. We're seeing signs of politics can't always be played on this emotional roller coaster. All India NRC, Citizenship Act, Triple Talaq, Mandir Masjid. Let's keep the pot boiling so that people are in a way distracted from the so-called real issues of agrarian distress, jobs, slowdown. At some stage, this will catch up. You've got to start going beyond seemingly emotional, divisive issues. BJP's core is extremely comfortable with this constant hype over emotional, divisive issues. It's the additional voters which Modi has brought into the BJP over the years, taken it from a party of 17, 18% to a party of 30 to 32%, 37% in this election. That incremental voter, I think, will at some stage start asking questions on the economy. You're seeing that happening. In state elections or by-elections where Mr. Modi is not a factor, the opposition has more than half a chance. Where it is a national election and you're able to make it a referendum on leadership, then it becomes Modi versus who. There is a feeling that on governance, that the governance being given by BJP governments is spotty. It's not great. And they don't have any effective, terrific state leaders. So I think the BJP at the state level is very vulnerable. And that explains the changing map of India from 71% of, I think, the land mass in 2017 to less than, to around 40%. This shift suggests we have a clear dualism. National elections and state elections. And they will be fought on very different templates. I don't think Rajasthan was won because of Rahul Gandhi. It was won because of anti-incumbency against Vasundhara Raje. I don't think Madhya Pradesh was won because of Rahul Gandhi. It was won because of fatigue and infighting within the BJP and a few wrong decisions taken. Chhattisgarh was won by a very strong campaign run by the Congress on the ground, to which Rahul Gandhi did also to some measure contribute by not, by in some ways empowering the state leadership. I think he genuinely tried to empower the likes of Bhupesh Baghel. Maharashtra is as I said, a post-poll jugaad. To be fair, the BJP Sena won the election. It was a pre-poll alliance that actually got a majority. But I would say and that's because I think they had a more effective state leadership in the form of Devendra Fadnavis. It's very clear. Indian elections are presidential at a national level, but they are also presidential at a state level. In the state, people look for who's the chief minister who might most effectively represent our concerns, our needs. I think this secular versus communal bogey has debilitated Indian politics because we don't have genuine secular politics. And perhaps we never had it because of the nature of vote bank politics. I mean, the Shiv Sena was created by the Congress in the late 1960s, or at least suddenly propped up to destroy the left trade unions. I had Jairam Ramesh at my book release admit that. Rajiv Gandhi opened the gates of the locks of the Babri Masjid. The Shilanyas was done when Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister. Indira Gandhi played footsie with communalists of all hues. And in that sense, what has happened in Maharashtra is interesting. It's almost an admission by our political class that there is only one ism, pragmatism or opportunism. One thing is very clear. In recent times, every political party, in the mainstream political party in this country is competing for the Hindu vote. The Congress now gives fewer tickets to Muslims than ever before. Almost takes the Muslim vote in that sense for granted. So over the years, we have fewer and fewer Muslim MPs in parliament, fewer MLAs even in states like Uttar Pradesh than ever before. I think the Muslim, in a sense, politically, has become a bit of a pariah. Look, I am who I am. If I see the media, of which I've been a part for more than 3 decades, acting as a surrogate for the ruling party, am I not to say it? And if that makes me sound angry and bitter, so be it. I think I sound angrier and bitter sometimes in my TV and digital appearances than in the book. I don't think the book will give you a sense of someone being angry and bitter. One of the things that I've written in the book is a chapter called Prime Time Prime Minister, and it's about the media. And I wasn't sure to what extent should I go in taking on my own in a way. And maybe at times I've been a little careful there. I have said a lot, but I could have possibly said even more. Someone called the media Panna Pramukh the other day for the ruling party. Maybe that's excessive, but it is true. I have never seen such a craven media in the 30 years that I've been a journalist as I've seen in the last 5 years. I'm very clear, and I say this in the book as well. I don't approve of intolerance of the left or the intolerance of the right. You know, let's be honest, there are media practitioners who believe that their sole purpose is to demonize Narendra Modi. There are others who believe that their sole purpose is to be cheerleaders for Modi. I don't want to be either. Dissent is fine, but dissent doesn't mean demonization. Similarly, you can appreciate elements of what Modi has done or not done, but that shouldn't lead to sycophancy and cheerleading. We are a democracy in recession. I think when you're entering perhaps dangerously into an age of an elected autocracy, democracy then is in recession. We can have lots of elections, but elections on their own are not the only attribute of a democratic system. Democratic system allows free questioning, it forces those in power to be more transparent. Maybe because we don't ask them often enough, we don't get the answers either, or the other way around, because the government of the day doesn't answer, we've given up asking the question, saying, chalo, chalta hai.